Peace and blessings. Welcome back to my new channel, Nova's Insights. I am here to do a mini love and relationship reading. I got a lot of good feedback on the first pick a card post that I put on my new Instagram account. So thank you so much. And I'm excited to do this new pick a card reading since launching the account. So if you aren't already following me on Instagram, please go check me out. It's Nova's Insights, spelled the exact same way as you see here on the YouTube channel. And take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when similar readings like these are released. My intention is to release a reading once a week, and you'll probably find other little pick a card readings on my Instagram page too that of course don't go as in depth. So bear in mind, this is just a general reading for the collective. So the thousands, millions of people who are on YouTube who happen to come past this video, it's not specific or personalized for you watching this, but you can have a personalized reading with me. If you want to come to my website to book a reading, it's www.novasinsights.com, or you can come send me a DM through Instagram, Nova's Insights. So I hope you enjoy this. I trust that if you're here, something in one of these piles will resonate with you. So if you're unfamiliar with the pick a card reading process, this is how it goes. I begin with, we are here, we are now, we are present, and we are open to this gift. So take a few moments, close your eyes if you'd like, get still, clear your mind as much as possible. You're going to pick the pile that calls the strongest to you. Okay, you're going to use your own intuition, which I'm all about, empowerment. Use your intuition to pick the deck that has the message or messages for you. Sometimes two or more piles call to us, and that's okay. I'll have the timestamps for all the card piles in the description below. So you're welcome to watch all the readings or just jump to the ones that call to you. Okay. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5. Remember, this is current energy. So if ever you see or hear something you don't like in a reading, know that you have the power to change what will occur in your future, right? This is all about empowerment. You hold the pen to the script of your life. Let's jump into it. All right, so pile 1. Let's get into it. Oh. Invention and gifts. Ooh, okay. So immediately I'm getting the sense that perhaps in your relationship you're feeling a little stifled. Perhaps the person you're in your relationship with is not supporting your creativity, your talents, your gifts. They might not be on the same track and intention as far as moving forward and how you are planning to give to the world, or how you already give to the world, or what your business is, or the schooling you might be pursuing. I just get the sense that maybe they're just not fully supportive of it, and or there's too much distraction and you are not choosing to pour fully into your gifts. You are not putting the time and energy into what it is you're meant to be creating because you're caught up with this person. Maybe you're not with anybody and you're focused on the person, and maybe you're like low-key stalking them. Maybe you're watching them on social media. You really need to take the time to focus your intentions and your attention towards what it is you've been called here to do. Okay? You know the direction you should be going in. Focus some energy there. And if you're in a relationship, it might even be helpful to bring this up with your partner. Say like, hey, I put my time and my energy and my effort here, and I noticed you don't seem to too much care. What is your perspective on what I do? Do you see the point? Do you see the purpose in it? Maybe if there's just some little like education that's needed, or if you're harboring any bad feelings around them not being invested in what it is you do, please speak to that, because a lot of times things just remain silent and they fester. We don't want any of that, right? We want to be healthy. We want the relationships to be healthy as well, okay? Okay, so we have healing heart and why. Let's see what this says. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And why? Shaking your head in disbelief, frustrated, annoyed. Focus on solution rather than the problem. All right. So I read reversals. So with having these in reverse, I'm getting the sense that you're engaged in some personal work where you've been putting in the work to help heal yourself. I get a sense like you're in a really good space, and I think that's what has freed you up to be able to find the direction that you want to go in as far as giving, right? And maybe even being in this relationship has helped heal you. I would say that people are in our life for certain reasons and seasons, and I'm not saying that this person's season is over. Again, this reading is for the collective. So part of this message might be directly for you, part of it may not. But I'm just getting the sense that perhaps this person's season is over, and they're no longer, meant to be in your life. Maybe they will be transitioning out soon. I don't know. Take what resonates with you and keep it moving. But yeah, I'm just getting the sense that you've pushed through this part of healing your heart, whether you did that before coming into the relationship or you did it with the person in the relationship. So it looks like you've been doing some good work on helping to heal yourself, which is great. Okay. So here, with this why, again, I think coming out of that space of realizing that, okay, I don't think this person is really supporting me the way I want to be supported. But now coming out of that to speak to that and or walk away from that if need be, right? But don't lose focus on what it is that you're doing. Sometimes we just need to communicate, and that can make a world of a difference in a relationship. Okay, so take some time to figure out what the solution could be to this issue, because not everybody is the best communicator. So if you realize that it's not a conversation that would be helpful, find whatever works for you, find whatever works for your partner, and come out of this kind of stagnant energy based off of what it is that you're passionate about and what you're pursuing. Because you have to remember not to lose yourself in relationships. Don't lose yourself in people. So this is just a broader message. Even if it's not somebody you're in a relationship with, family, coworkers, whoever, don't lose yourself. You don't want to end up in that why situation. You look back, the years have played out, and you're like, dang, what was I doing? We don't want any of that. Okay. So chemistry, make the effort. All right. So from here, I'm getting a sense that your partner is a good partner. I think you have a strong partner if you're in a relationship. And I think it's one of those, it's a good place for you to be in. Yet, I think that this issue that you have in front of you is something that really needs to be worked through. Okay? The attraction is there. The love is there. The passion is there as you come together. But again, don't neglect yourself and don't neglect what it is that is meant to be called forth from you. Okay, so make that effort in focusing on your gifts, focusing on the creativity, whatever it is that you're supposed to bring forth, and make the effort in the relationship. But making the effort in the relationship can be tied to, again, coming to some type of clarity. Because sometimes you have shared resources in the relationship. And if somebody's not on the same page as you, they may not see the reason behind investing in, whatever it is you're trying to do. So just getting the sense that maybe a little education around what it is that you do could be helpful. And or just letting them see that you're truly passionate about it, and you're going to continue to pour yourself in that direction. All right. So the Tower. and the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So getting the sense here that there's going to have to be a change, a shift in the way you're moving forward with things, okay? The Page of Wands typically is an energy around like setting out on your journey, with the path you want to go. Creativity is what the Wands represents at times based off of the reading. And so like there's going to have to be a shift. That could look like, again, letting that person go. The chemistry might be great, but I always say too, that with every ending is a beginning. When every beginning is an ending, endings are just as natural as beginnings. So if it's meant for you, I just pull and read the cards and interpret them. You apply as you see fit. If this message for you is to move on from this person or to end this relationship, trust and know that if it's meant to be, you two will come back together. But you can't move in that fear. Put the faith first. Step out in faith. And if you leave and you never come back together, then it just wasn't meant, right? But again, don't lose yourself, okay? So yeah, we gotta push past this energy of being in this space where you're not moving forward here. You really, the message is really to move forward in your creations, right? Take that first step, or continue to do whatever it is that you're doing, because that is where your heart is. That is where your effort is meant to go. Don't give up on that, okay? Don't. All right. So we have the Tiger energy. So this is like the ease in the darkness, lunar force, feminine energy. That feminine energy is really tied to that creativity. It's in you. And it's a tiger, right? Like, it's like, roar, I'm here. Do tigers roar? I think they roar. So it's like, it's ready. It's got that drive, that stamina, that push. It's ready to rule the jungle, okay? Get out there and do it. Do it. Do it. And with the lunar force, it's like, it's something that's, it's deep within you. Your soul really wants to do this. You're emotionally tied to what it is that you're doing, okay? And so hopefully your partner will support you in it. Your partner will come through and give you that support that you need. And if not, examine maybe stepping away, or just really speaking to what it is that you need in this relationship, because sometimes people just don't know. So just getting the sense, again, just communicate what it is. Say like, this is really truly my heart and soul. I really want to move forward in this. Please get aboard. Or if not, maybe XYZ. You don't have to give them an ultimatum. You can just share and give them time, see how they respond. But you and your relationship the best. Okay, so I just want to encourage you in continuing to create, continuing to invent, right? Continue to bring things forward that you feel deep within are meant to come through you. Birth, with and without the relationship, okay? So, blessings. All right, pile 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. No pun intended. Okay, partnerships and love. Okay, immediately I'm getting the sense that maybe you might be a little too focused on this other person. Okay, it's great that you're in a partnership. It's great that you're in love, right? But the self-esteem is kind of lacking. Okay, so maybe the point of this person being in your life is to help build that self-esteem. If not, if you're finding that this person breaks you down, tears you down, please, I beg of you, address it. And if that doesn't change anything, please leave, right? Like, you are a beautiful being. You are here for a reason. You are unique. You have your own special presence in this world. And Don't need to waste time with anybody who is tearing us down. Now, if somebody's giving you some constructive criticism, okay, take that. Really examine it, because it might help to make you a better person. It might be in this relationship to evolve in a specific type of way. But I'm also getting the sense that if this person is giving you compliments, believe them. You know, sometimes we just joke and shrug them off, or we don't really take them to heart. But if this person is pouring into you in a verbal kind of way and say, hey, I like that dress, or hey, you look good, or I like what you did with your hair, if they take the time to notice and actually speak to it, believe them. Work on your self-esteem, work on your self-image, your self-confidence. Especially if you know that this person has good intentions towards you. Okay. All right. Addiction and the axe. So, addiction in reverse: codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. Okay, and the axe: breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. All right. So here with the addiction, I'm getting the sense that it's that focus on the block, right? Has a block. And then here the axe, stop the pattern. Okay, if you have a pattern of being in relationships that have torn you down, that you allow to tear you down, please take some time to examine, to go within and realize, like, what is it about these relationships that draw you to them? What is it about these type of men or these type of women, or those who don't identify with a specific gender? I don't know, that, really keeps calling these kind of people to you, or you to them. They say the universe will keep sending us the same lesson until it's learned, right? So we don't want you to get stuck in this pattern. And hopefully you don't want to get stuck in the pattern. But if it's something that you notice, I always say that noticing the issue puts you halfway to the solution, because you can't fix anything that you don't realize is broken. Okay. And I'm not saying you're broken, but there might be some habits and patterns that need to be done away with in your life. Okay. So this block, again, this blockage around this self-esteem, I don't know why I'm really getting this message of, like, if someone is like abusing you, especially physically, please get out. Please don't stand for that. Don't fall for it. Don't kneel for it. Don't lay for it. Like, no, you are worth more than that. Please know that. Love yourself enough. And if you have children, please love your children enough, because they don't deserve to see that. They don't deserve to hear it. Children can pick up on things whether we realize it or not. They're very sensitive. They don't come with a lot of the baggage over the years that we get inundated with, that we collect and harbor over time. They're sensitive. They can pick these things up. They can intuit things as well. So please be mindful of that, so this pattern doesn't get repeated through their actions moving forward. Please. Oh, okay. That's just if there's any children involved. Keep an open mind and retreat in reverse. Okay, keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yeah. So kind of like I was saying before, like, if you're going through and experiencing the same kind of patterns and issues, maybe there's a different type of person you might need to be dating, okay? Or engaging with, commit yourself to yourself first. Yes. Because I believe that's the healthier thing to do. You got to love yourself. When I was younger, I used to hear the saying, if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else, or you can't love anybody else until you learn to love yourself. And time has helped me to really come to understand what that means. Okay, so keep an open mind. This person that ends up being your soulmate, right? may not look the way you expect them to look. They might come from a different culture. They might come from a different neighborhood. They might have locks instead of braids, like anything. They might be a white collar worker versus a blue collar worker. Just, you never know. Be open. The universe blesses us in various ways, okay? Sometimes we just got to get out of our own way. And here we have retreat in reverse. So it says it's time to disconnect from the world. But we have retreat and in reverse. So what I'm getting the sense of, if you need help, please seek it. Okay? If you need to talk to like someone on a hotline, please find it. If it's like a domestic abuse situation, there's hotlines for that. And that goes for males and females. A lot of times we think that, it's just like a woman issue. No, it's not. Men, males, however they identify, can be abused physically too, emotionally, spiritually. So whoever might need the help, please get it. In this sense, you need to come out and speak to whatever this is to heal yourself. Right? Now, again, if this is not anybody doing something to you and it's just a question of how you need to be healing yourself to move forward in this relationship, then please work on yourself. Maybe that looks like going to a counselor or a therapist, okay? Sometimes people don't even realize like astrological readings and these type of readings really help people as well. Not to say that I replace a counselor or a therapist, although I do have a degree in counseling. People seek help, find help in various ways. Okay, so sometimes people help us to see where we're quote unquote going wrong or the help that we need. But if we don't vocalize it, sometimes we get on our own way of receiving the help. Okay, so that's that there. Nine of Wands, Five of Swords. Okay, so with this Nine of Wands in reverse, getting the sense that you need to come out of this guarded space, right? With this self-esteem issue, again, it might just be something simple, like somebody gives you a compliment and you're just like, whatever. You might shrug it off. You don't receive it because maybe you don't believe you're beautiful, or you don't believe you're gifted, or you're talented, or that someone can love you. Right? So maybe you've been on guard, but you really need to come out of that. Do that work within to come out of that space. Okay? I get the sense that you're very talented and resourceful. Okay? And people want to experience this in you, and people are just speaking to the beautiful things they see in you. Maybe it's like you even glow and you don't realize it. Yeah, so I'm getting the sense of. And then here, the Five of Swords. Okay, so with the Five of Swords being in reverse, what is coming to me is just remember the power of your words. I don't think you realize how powerful words are, right? And so getting the sense that maybe what would be helpful for you is get in that practice and habit of giving somebody a compliment, okay? Pouring into other people, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, planting a seed, saying positive things, speaking positive things into your life, speaking positive things into other people's lives. That might look like, for you personally, affirmations. Sometimes it's helpful, get a dry erase marker, write something on your mirror. So when you see yourself in the mirror every day, you can see this affirmation and you speak it to yourself. You need to sow into you, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Know that you're worth something, okay? Again, I'm getting the sense of children. So do that with the children in your life, okay? Let them know that they're loved, because then they don't have to seek outside for that. Once they get older, they don't have to seek to have other people validate them. And maybe that's part of the challenge that you're having. Maybe you didn't receive that verbal validation when you were younger, and you fall into this space where you've been seeking it from people, and maybe these people haven't been the healthiest for you. Okay? Pour into yourself. You're worthy. You are beautiful. You are lovely. There's something of value within you. Okay? Sit with that. All right. So lastly, we have the Scorpion energy. This is a passionate energy. It can be a competitive energy, and it can be an energy that tends towards isolation. So here, if you've been isolating, right, due to the self-esteem issue, if you've been sitting in the darkness by yourself, if you've been suffering by yourself, all alone, sometimes we need to get out of our heads, right? Like, I don't know, I just kind of get that sense of like sadness and darkness and depression. If you're suffering with these things, please get some help, right? If nothing comes out of this reading, if you need to go talk to someone, if you need to go be with someone, please allow people to assist you. There are people that's their gift in this world, to be able to assist other people, to be able to aid and facilitate in that healing. No man or woman is an island. We are here together, especially as African people. You know, that's a perspective I come from because I'm an African person, right? That we are very communal people. You know, even from young, you learn that it takes a village to raise a child, right? So we're here for each other. One of my favorite sayings is something along the lines of, the sun doesn't shine for itself. It doesn't warm itself. The river doesn't quench its own thirst. Like, we are all here. Everything in nature, what we see, is here to serve something or someone else. Okay? So sometimes we don't realize that because we don't realize our own gifts and talents and skills. So we don't realize that other people have those to pour into us as well, or to benefit other people. So know that you are loved, you are cared for. The universe, the ancestors love you because they pulled you to this message, cared enough for you to hear this message. If this is the message that is for you and it resonates with you, okay. Be well. Blessings. Pile 3. Oh, y'all. Okay. Leadership. Judgment. Okay. So I'm getting a sense here that with your relationship, you might need to step up. Okay. There might be something that you are not really speaking to in the relationship that needs to be addressed and or changed. Okay. That's one way of perceiving this. I'm also getting the sense that maybe you need to just take a step back. Okay, you might be a little too judgmental. You might be taking a perspective that might not be the healthiest for your relationship. Okay, and it might be doing more harm than good. Okay, but overall, I think that just make sure you're speaking to things that need to be spoken to. And your relationship, and oftentimes our relationships are reflections of us as people. So look at how you can bring more peace to yourself and peace to the relationship, right? There's solutions for things. You just have to take time to examine, okay? Yeah. I'm getting the sense that maybe your throat chakra, maybe it's been blocked. Maybe you're holding on to something that you know you really need to speak to and you're just not doing it. Maybe it's out of fear. Maybe it's out of you're waiting for what you think is the proper timing. Okay? Allow yourself to be there in the space with whatever it is you're working with and whatever you're sitting with. And trust the timing that when you open your mouth to address whatever needs to be addressed, it'll be time. Have some trust in yourself, okay? All right, staying in secrecy. Night in your space, a moment alone, a partner is busy, free time, or mental vacation. Then we have secrecy, an affair, hiding something, use discretion, surprise, collaborate, protecting, denying risk. Ooh, okay. So maybe this person has been stepping out on you. Or maybe you've been stepping out. I don't know. Okay, this is for you to work with and for you to process. You know what's going on in your relationship. I'm just reading these cards. But yeah. Wow. Okay. Another way of reading this. Maybe you just need some time alone, you know. Maybe you need to speak up in the way of saying like, hey, I need some space. Maybe we need to separate, or I need X, Y, Z for me to be healthy and happy, right? And that could look like a stepping out too, right? Because maybe you're not getting what you need in your relationship, and so you're stepping outside of it. I'm not condoning doing that. Everybody's relationships look different. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people are in monogamous relationships. Sometimes people are in like polyamorous relationships. So whatever you have decided to do with your partner or partners, hey, cool, okay? But if you haven't been in that position to decide that you all are going to have partners on the outside, then that might be the thing that's going on as far as secrecy. But something needs to be spoken to, right? Here's a secret. And I was just sitting here telling you about this throat chakra, like something is not being said. Okay. And I get the sense that it might be coming from you. Okay. You might need to be speaking up about something that either you've done, or speaking up about something that you know your partner has done. Maybe they're acting different and maybe you've noticed it. Maybe something needs to be confronted. Okay. Find the strength to do that. Trust the timing. Okay. Playfulness, calling in your soulmate. Okay. So, I'm getting the sense that yes, right? Like with you possibly stepping out of this situation, you might be engaging in somebody or with in a relationship with someone that you feel as though is your soulmate. Like you're calling them into your space because they aren't currently there, right? You're stepping out of your relationship into a space with someone else because that's where you're feeling this greater connection, right? And that's who you've been spending your time with. That's who you've been staying in with. That's who you've been Netflix and chilling with, right? Like, yes. So here we have playfulness. To recapture a romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I'm getting the sense that maybe the fun that you're currently, like the relationship you're currently in, maybe you're not having fun. Maybe it's not vibrant. Maybe it's really not speaking to your soul in the way that this other relationship is, or this other person is. Maybe this other person helps to rejuvenate you. You know, sometimes relationships just play out. I think I was just saying in the previous pile, people in our lives are in our lives for certain reasons and seasons. And maybe it's just time for you two to shift out of each other's lives. Maybe the season is over where you have been. Okay. But with every ending comes a new beginning. So be open to what this might be for you, the newness, the new relationship, the new joy, the new happiness. I do believe that happiness is an inside job. And with saying that, if you realize that you're unhappy, do whatever it is that you need to do to change it, if that involves other people, right? You don't allow other people to keep you down or make you unhappy. Take control of your life and your emotional health and wellness. Okay. So 6 of Pentacles in reverse and 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups energy typically is like being in relationship with someone or coming into a relationship with someone, encountering someone that often has new ideas, a different kind of spirit, right? A different vibrancy. and you're coming together, and sometimes you're sharing philosophies, you're sharing ideas. I'm really getting the sense that this person's very different from what you currently have. They bring something completely new. It's almost like a whole 180, like a breath of fresh air. It's just different and it's needed for you. You're feeling that it's needed. You're feeling like this is just, it's like reviving you, okay? Six of Pentacles, I get the sense that in the relationship you've been in, you've kind of tapped out, right? Like you've stopped giving. You've been drained. Not that this person has intentionally drained you, but maybe you just found yourself in that space. And sometimes that draining doesn't even come from particularly like that person. It can come from other things you have going on in your life. Like it could come from your job, right? But if you're in a position or in a situation where once you get home, you don't have that support that kind of helps turn things around or helps to revive you. Once you deal with that long day at work, if you come home and you don't have that peace in your home, it's just struggle and strife, then that's tough, and that can put you in a position to draw away and to go into recluse. So hopefully, with this person that you're possibly dealing with on this side, I hope that if it's a side situation, that you could just come out and tell the person that you're with, so you can move in truth and honesty, and it doesn't have to be anything that potentially turns ugly, just have that truth in the situation, because we always want to vibe on the highest truthful frequency and vibration, because that's what we want to manifest in our life. Really get to a space where you're back in a place of giving from your truest self, okay? Giving to yourself, giving to your partner, giving to others, right? And when you're not tapped out and drained, okay? And that is to be addressed on various fronts. And here we have the Deer. So this energy is a very graceful, loving energy, okay? Intuitive energy. So I invite you to just be in a space where you can receive love, okay? And here, I'm even seeing the green in here, like that heart chakra energy, okay? Even that little bit of blue, that throat chakra energy, and a little bit of the yellow, the solar plexus energy, where you're dealing with the will, what you have the power to do. I know that you have the power to shine the light on this situation. You have the strength, the courage to do it if you so choose, okay? So move forward in that loving energy, move forward in that truthful energy, and be fully where you want to be. Be present. Blessings. What do we have before us, pile 4? Physical body. Oops. Psychic awareness. Ooh. Okay. So this is coming through as your relationship might be good. I see that there might be a lot of emphasis on the physical aspect of it. You might like the way they look. You might like the way they speak. You might like that accent, that swag, that walk. But you are not listening to the messages being told to you. You are not heeding the advice. You're not heeding the messages. The universe might be trying to tell you something about this person or the situation, but you're not following through, okay? You're turning a blind eye. You get the sense you're not really moving off of what you're seeing as this person's true colors, okay? And that could be costly in the long run or in the future. So not to say that you're not meant to be with this person. I'm just saying that there might just be a really big focus on the physical. It might be something like, you like what's going on behind the closed doors when y'all are, in the space together. I don't think I can say certain things on YouTube. But you get what I'm saying. But like, we can't just let it be only that, okay? Rely on the wisdom and the things, the messages that are coming to you, the things that you're sensing, okay? Don't turn a blind eye to that. Your intuition is here for a reason. I believe intuition is here to protect you, to guide you, okay? To keep you on the right path in alignment, okay? Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. That's a camera. And what a catch in reverse. So an ideal partner or mate, abundance, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes, marriage material. So we have that in reverse. So I think that this might be a person that you're having a lot of fun with. You know, you're making a lot of memories. You're doing a lot of cool things together. You're enjoying them. You're spending time. But in the long run, that this is not the person that you're meant to be with. This is not the person that you're meant to marry. You know, if marriage is your goal. If it's not your goal, like, this is just like not your long-term person. Okay? And maybe you get a sense of that. Maybe you don't see the whole picture. Maybe you don't have a vision for this person, you know, and that speaks volumes as well. Trust that, you know, and or if you know that and you realize that, make sure you're communicating that to that person and say like, hey, I like you, I dig you, this is fun for now, but I don't see this in the long run. You know, because then they have the choice of making the decision for themselves. Like, okay, do I want to continue to invest in this or not? Because people can get their heart broken. And when people get hearts broken, sometimes crazy things happen. And I don't wish that on anybody, right? So always try to move forward with the truest, highest vibration, that true, highest energy, okay? And yes, enjoy them in the here and now. You know, be present. If it's good, it feels good, y'all both enjoy it, cool. Be safe, have fun. Be honest, okay, to what you're sensing and feeling. Okay. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. And passion in reverse. Let's see. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And reverse. So, getting a sense there might be enough passion. You might need to slow down on the passion, right? Not so much focus on that physical body. Okay. And maybe this is somebody you feel like a really good connection with, you know. Maybe you get the sense that you've known this person before, and maybe that's part of the reason why you have so much passion. And maybe you have known this person before, right? But maybe it's time to move on from that, and or not be so caught up by it like you have been in the past. If you believe in past lives, you know, again, this message will resonate with you however it's meant to resonate with you. And like I said in a previous reading, sometimes lessons come back to us continuously until we learn what it is we're meant to learn. And maybe the lesson might be here that you shouldn't necessarily put the physical over the psychic, or the physical over the spiritual, the physical over the metaphysical. Take it as you wish. All right. The Hanged One. The Eight of Swords. So here, the Hanged One, I believe this is tying to your psychic awareness. You know that you should be slowing down, or you know something is not quite right. You know, you're still kind of wanting to move forward with this person, but there's this inkling, there's this feeling of like, I don't know. So there's a little reluctance there. Trust that feeling. I always say trust your intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows, and the more you can move in this life, I believe, in this lifetime with greater ease and alignment, because there's that little voice, that little bell, that little gut feeling saying like, no, and then you can be steered in the right direction that you need to go in, that's the healthiest and wisest for yourself. Okay, so we have here the Eight of Swords. I think this really speaks to the ability of you having the information, you having the power to bring yourself out of this situation. Again, it might feel good, it might look good, it might sound good, That's good. Be grateful for the beauty of it all, and know that there's something else going on, perhaps behind the scenes or underneath it all, that you just need to listen to. And sometimes, again, just because you notice it and say, okay, like this is not where I need to be right now, or this is not completely like 100%, acknowledging that doesn't mean that the situation has to end. It might just change. It could shift in a particular kind of way, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world or the end of the relationship. Sometimes we just need to speak to the truth of the matter. And when we do that, that allows for better to come. I almost think of kind of like a Band-Aid in a wound, right? Like sometimes you need to rip that Band-Aid off so you can get the air to the wound so it can heal better, right? But a lot of times people are scared to pull that Band-Aid off. But once you do, the healing process can continue in a more effective way, a more natural, healthy way, right? So just because you're speaking to it doesn't mean that it has to end. Bring that health, bring that healing, whatever is necessary, okay, to have a whole relationship. All right, and so here we have the golden egg, which relates to the fourth chakra, that heart chakra of I love. Okay, so this deals with the like message at the center of the heart. So the unstruck sound. So I think truly, like, you really love this person that you're with, and I think they probably really truly love you as well. Okay, and I think you have this knowing inside that the love is truly there. There just might be something that you need to be focusing on, and I think when you do that, it doesn't mean the love will go. I think the love is there, it's strong, it's secure. Just take some time to step back, really speak to whatever it is that you're wanting, yourself is really wanting to bring to you. The universe is wanting to bring, the ancestors are really wanting to bring to you as far as this message. Okay, and once you acknowledge that, I believe you can move forward in a more productive, healthy, and even more loving way, right? Because in that loving energy has to exist the truth. Okay, so let this truth shine through. Okay, take heed to the psychic and spiritual aspect of your relationship. Push beyond just the physical, and I trust all will be well. Blessings. Last and certainly not least, we have pile 5. All right. We've got deprivation in reverse and exhaustion in reverse. Okay. So just off bat, getting a good sense that your relationship does not deprive you and it does not exhaust you. Okay. And or if it has been that for you, you're shifting out of that space. Okay. Let me just pull a couple more cards to see what we have going on. Okay, frigid in reverse and taking out the trash in reverse. So yeah. Okay, so frigid, chilly, cold, personality, cold-hearted, getting iced out, not happy. Situation needs time to thaw. Taking out the trash. Finally dumping that loser. Cutting ties, emotional clearing, self-love, spring cleaning, healing. Yeah. I'm getting a sense that this is a pretty good, healthy relationship, okay? There's no coldness, there's no bitterness, there's nothing to take out. You don't have to throw any person away. You find rest in this situation. This person is very giving, you're very giving. You renew them, they renew you. It's healthy, it's vibrant. That's all I see here, right? Like, it's good. It's good. Let's keep going. Romantic feelings and very soon in reverse. So it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Yeah, I get this insight. You all just have a lot of love. The romance is there. No deprivation of romantic feelings. Okay. And this romantic feeling, this chemistry, this love, it keeps you vitalized, right? Let's see, very soon here. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And I think you all have already made that decision, right? You don't have to decide it because you've decided and you realize you're in a really good place. You're in a happy place. You're in a healthy place. You two are solid and sure about each other. So there's no guessing, no second guessing there. Just a beautiful thing. Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse and Justice. For some reason, when I saw that, I saw pregnancy, but I get a sense that, and now what's coming to me, a house too. So I get a sense that, like, if you've been worried about pregnancy or getting pregnant or children, like, now necessarily is not the time for that. Okay. Those physical kind of things, like the house, is not that time to, maybe you're thinking about like moving forward and committing and getting a house together or starting a family together. Now just may not be the time for that. Okay. I don't think so. I get the sense that there might be something underlying, although you're in a really good space, there's something that's just like outside that maybe one of you is dealing with that needs to be addressed before you can shift into this space. Okay. There's something going on that light has to be shined on and just needs to be worked out. I don't get a sense that there's anything in between the two of you, like there's seeing any like secrecy or anything that's hidden between the two of you, but there's some kind of outside factors. Maybe there's some issues with the court or the law that you or your partner, I'm getting the sense maybe your partner has to take care of before you all can be given this gift of the Ace of Pentacles, before the two of you can really move forward with establishing that family that you want to have together or grow that family you want to have together. Okay. There's just some kind of outside factor that some justice has to be brought to. But otherwise, you all are good. You all are solid. Okay. This is a nice reading kind of compared to the ones I've had so far. So the cheetah energy is the energy around achievement, action, solar or masculine energy. So I'm getting the sense here that you all really do want to move forward. Okay. You really want to move forward in starting your family. You really want to move forward in a greater commitment and building a solid foundation. You have that solid foundation, but you're really ready to build on top of that foundation. You want to move forward. You want to take that action. And I think you will. I really do. But with this kind of like masculine energy and this justice, I'm getting the sense again that maybe it's the man in the relationship, right? And or like I say, so relationships look so different. So, but what's coming through for me is an actual male. There might be a male in the situation who has to deal with perhaps some legal situations, or maybe they have another family and maybe they're dealing with another parent that might kind of just be causing a little issue or concern. But I'm getting the sense maybe something going on with the courts. It could even be something as simple as like maybe they're not a citizen, maybe they're dealing with some other type of legal issues, or maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe they're filing paperwork and they want to move forward with you. And again, you all have a good basis, but you just can't get to the physical establishment of things before this is taken care of. Okay. But you will move forward. That there's things in place. You're gonna have this brightness. I'm thinking about the sun and thinking about like the tarot card. That's the sun, which is the happiness, the joy. Okay, like that vibrancy is gonna be a very beautiful thing. It's already very lovely from these cards, but it's gonna blossom and bloom, and it's gonna be just what the two of you desire. Okay, so that's exciting. So thank you all for joining me for this session today, for this pick a card reading. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like, share with anybody else that you think this reading would bless. Anyone that's looking for some romance or relationship insight. I also have other videos on the channel. I'm growing the channel, so bear with me, be patient. If you haven't come to Instagram to enter the contest for the $100 and free reading giveaway, please, you can win either $70, $30, or your own free personalized live Zoom reading. Exciting. So come check me out on Instagram and enter to win. Okay, and you get an extra entry by subscribing to YouTube. Okay, all the information and instructions are on the Instagram page. It's a purple post that says $100 giveaway. So peace and blessings, and I will see you soon.